if I remember correctly.
Before you do that, let me introduce.
Oh,
Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here in our YouTube channel. Memberships start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to some really cool emotes. In addition to all of that, if you are interested in joining any of our campaigns, we do have open slots available in the Tuesday early and the Tuesday evening campaigns. We'd be more than happy to have you join in on the action and fun. Now, without further ado, Sophus, tell people what the Hap was for the last session.
well, it was mostly we did some information gathering, and then we also had to clear out a farm that had flooded. There was some wolves in there. There was a couple that had fallen to the plague, and reluctantly we scared the wolves off. But then there was also what appeared to be right. It was a Halden Tallright's
No.
place.
This is for
Oh.
some. No.
Oh,
this,
sorry.
This was just a random person's place.
All right. Yeah.
Probably named them. I can't remember.
It was a random person's place. They were already deceased. It was like a love story. There was a book chronicling their slow demise. There was a spider in there that we had to beat up because it was attacked us. We had to make a hole to bury the bodies in so that they wouldn't get spread the plague. And also we right, that's already been recapped before, actually. I think that was it. Yeah, we were just went to go do that thing with the farmland.
Yeah. Find a way to secure the bodies and bury them in the
Mhm.
ground because you can't burn them, or
Mhm.
else it becomes toxic in the area. And then get into their basement, which had spiders in it that you guys killed, in order to unclog their drain so that all of the rain wasn't pooling and rising into the village itself.
Yep.
So, Ada, 2 days ago, you all had found your way over to Ballinford. The first day that you were here, under recommendation from the people that smuggled you in, you went to Halden Tallright's farmhouse. Or, sorry, not his farmhouse. To one of his workshops inside of Ballinford. He owns one of the largest plots of farmland in the local area, and you all were trusted to stay here under 3 conditions. Condition number 1, you do not go anywhere near his family, given the disease that is riddling around the area. Condition number 2, you do not cause any problems for him or the local guard, so that he doesn't have to deal with any potential contaminations. And condition number 3 was that you guys gave him some trade in, I think it was ale or wine, as he is rebuilding your cart for you. It was all deconstructed, put into crates. Now he's rebuilding it for you all.
All right.
So long as you don't cause any problems for him and go nowhere near his family. Again, plague, disease, he doesn't want to risk anything. And he's very not touchy. He utilizes shelves for transferring any items to people. Put that on the shelf, he'll walk away, you can get it off the shelf, and so on and so forth. But the first day they left you here was so that you could set up all of your workshop stuff, all of your alchemical gear inside of his workshop. He had a good foundation inside of it, but you needed to set yours up because apparently this place had quite a few people riddled with the plague. They put red X's over the doors to keep them inside, and to alarm people, don't go near their homes. 2 people in the town have been wandering around, risking their lives to feed these people so that they can die not of starvation, but of the plague and disease. Putting food outside their homes or at the windowsills, and in some cases when people get a little too crazy, they chain up the building and then they have to leave the food through like an opening in the window or something. These two people are Haldon and Mira. Mira being the local tavern owner. The interesting thing that you have learned is that Haldon has not touched on the plague itself with him or his family or anything. He seems exceptionally cautious, and that's good for him. It helps him to not get anything. Mira, however, as you've been informed by your allies, has had 2 incredibly close encounters with diseased individuals. And she's never contracted the disease. So on the first evening the first evening you were here, Sophis came by with a sample of Mira's blood to give to you, so that you can see potentially why it was acting like this.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue is you also need to get a sample of the disease to conduct your experiments.
Right.
Oh, I think we also gave her the notebook of or the diary of the man that they had killed.
I would like you guys to role play through all of that so she can ask any questions she would like.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, Sophis, when you arrive with the sample of Mira's blood, a large vial, people outside of you don't know how much blood to take.
Right.
Your party loses more blood than a pint every day fighting, so they're fine.
Yep. All right. Well, take the jar and... Thank you. So, how did everything go all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. But when we found out about her, it seemed perhaps immunity. I think I remembered you saying something about vaccines and blood. So,
Right. Well, yes, I am planning on seeing if I can at least create a vaccine for the for the plague that will at least keep us safe until I can get my hands on the cure.
Also, there are some worshippers of this plague, like a cult or something. One person came into town, and the village took care of that person when they figured out that he wanted to spread the plague. This is his notebook that he kept on him.
Interesting. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. Browse quickly through it, just taking just a few seconds, just looking quickly.
And any houses that have red X's on them has the infected inside, so don't go near them unless you have to.
Okay, good to know. It seems they have at least some sort of effective protocol here then. What more did you know, or did you learn about Myra?
She does not know her parents. She's been in the town for a while. She's the owner of the tavern. If you want to question her more in depth, you can always ask her to come over here or go over to the tavern.
Right. Well, no, I will study her blood for a little bit and see what we can find out.
And you are leaving her the journal, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the fanatic. Cultist fanatic are slightly different, but yeah.
And then she'll talk about what we learned about the map There is a Golden Order meetup happening at Palgood. We've been told to avoid the city of Relmord, that it is completely, infected and plagued up.
Right. Okay, a meetup. And the Golden Order, is that the Paladin Order?
The Paladin Order that is trying to figure out how to cleanse this inside.
Right.
It's secretive outside of Neuron, but people who are in Neuron know that there is a Paladin Order. You don't know the specifics as to what they do, though.
Okay. Are they? Do they have any like historical presence in Neuron, or are they like a new addition?
The Golden Order. Roll me a religion check if you are proficient.
I'm not in religion, but I am in history.
It's a religious thing.
No, fair enough. I did ask for history.
The history of that religious order? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a nut one. A good start.
Sounds like a bunch of paladins that like gold.
Yeah.
A noble order. No. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'll leave you to it. Sophus will walk out.
Right. Just before you go, is there anything? Where did you say this meeting is going to take place?
How good? It's been marked on the map. That's Sylph House.
Hendren
Oh,
House.
okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll start going through this notebook a little bit first. It intrigues me.
Okay. She'll continue to leave.
Alrighty. So, to start off, I would like you to roll me an investigation roll as you're reading through this notebook.
27.
Not bad. So, as you are reading through, you determine that this order, these individuals, these fanatics, call themselves the Cleansing Hand of Neurond. Their belief is that only by fire are the fields renewed. They are extremist. They believe that this disease, this plague, is the way of the gods determining or punishing those that have been sinning in secrecy. So they are going out of their way to spread it. They believe those that are without sin are those that are pure and are immune to it. The individual who was writing in this one was expressing how it was his responsibility to go to Mobrin and shake hands with Dakova.
Okay, and Dakovar, who's that?
You don't know. But the way that he writes about him is ideological, reverent, almost worshipping.
Okay.
And he writes that by shaking the hand of Dakovar, he is chosen to weed through the fields. And he was given the task to come to Valenford and spread it to everyone. They informed him he was going to light himself on fire so that the disease would spread exponentially more quickly. This plague does not get burned away. You can't simply burn the corpses. If you do, it spreads the range at which it will affect people. Anybody close in proximity who breathes in the air can contract it. They seem to have experimented in depth on living people to find out exactly how it works so that they can better spread it through the country.
Right. Does it say anything about where this cleansing hand operates out of? Do they have like a specific place that they're more active in, or?
He started his journey, and he's documenting everything like he's trying to make this a religious text, you know, like all of the stories and fables of the person who went and cleansed the world, you know,
Right.
fanatics.
Yeah.
Not realizing when he burns himself, he's probably going to destroy the book. But he started his journey in Wamtharm, but he found his true calling to the cleansing hand in Relmord.
Okay.
And Mobren was where he had met with Dakovar.
Right. So this Dakovar seems like a leader figure in the cult, then? I'm calling
Leader,
it a cult.
worshipped. Sure, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll take some notes of that, and but I'll leave it aside for now and start doing the research on the blood.
Okay. Would you like to just start examining her blood independently, or do you want to go gather a sample of the disease?
At first, I want to see if there are any like similarities between her blood and mine, in terms of like being noble blood.
Ah, yes, this blood is blue.
You know what would be scary? Turns out it's the same match in blood. But it's not your blood.
Yeah, I don't know. We had DNA sequences in this time, right?
We
Yeah,
got
it's
magic.
fantasy. We have magical fireballs that spawn out of nowhere and spiders that float in the air and attack you.
Yeah.
Like, it's-
Well, they don't come out of nowhere. I mean, they come from my pool of arcane energies.
Sure. Yeah, so does this. All right, Ada. I need you on this one, since you are comparing the two of them, to roll me an alchemist check utilizing intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's shit.
Also, I reread Reliable Talent. The original
Right.
one you were looking at was not 2024. Sadly, it works on tools as well.
Hey.
Right. Okay, so let me see. That is a 17 then.
Yes. Okay. Your blood is a unique type of blood. You have experimented and looked at your own blood when you were originally crafting all of this time and time again. While you were doing so, you've learned special properties of your blood. It rejects other blood or other foreign contaminants. Bacteria that you can introduce to it, it naturally almost... To call it a reaction would be an understatement. It is a preemptive reaction to coming in contact with a bacteria to destroy it. Like, before you introduce a foreign substance to your blood, as you are observing it, it will already start to move to attack and destroy it. That
The
is
blood's-
something that you have. When you test Mira's blood, it seems to react in much the same nature. You get a little
Right.
bit of pig's blood, which obviously has bacteria in it, and you put it there, and it reacts much in the same nature.
Hmm. Okay, taking note of that.
And we call that the preemptive immune response.
Hmm. And that's something I would know that is then common towards the nobility of Nyrond, or?
On a 17, you would not know. You know your own and you know hers, but you don't
Right.
have a lot of experimentation on many nobles.
All right. Well, take note of that, and
It's weird.
I'll go-
Nobles don't like being experimented on.
yeah. So we don't have a sample of the disease yet.
No, that is something the party left completely up to you, because you're the person who understands it and can probably get it without contracting it.
Right. Yep. So I will. Let's see. This Halden, he lives in this farm, right?
The farmhouse further out past all of this.
Okay.
You're at his workshop that is in the town. Think like he has the large farmstead, and everything he brings he stores in the workshop, he works on it here, and then distributes it where it needs to go. But right now,
Right.
they're not really distributing things. So,
Right. Well, I wouldn't go and speak to him and just learn. See if I can learn if there's a person among one of the infected that is like not a hermit, but like who lives alone, who's maybe a little bit old, or someone who's not surrounded by immediate family.
Okay. So, as you walk up during the rainy night up to Halden's farmstead, I would like you to roll me a perception check.
Mhm. 17.
As you are walking up the narrow pathway, you see inside of his family home. You see directly at the kitchen table where he is currently seated with his wife and his 2 daughters. As you see them, you notice one of his daughters. She has scarring around her neck and her face. And she seems a bit more distant in her gaze than, well, anyone else that you've seen there. You see Halden is sitting right beside her, holding her hand while they're eating and discussing the day with one another. Remember, the one request he gave you is go nowhere near his family.
Yep. Does the scarring, does it bear any like indicators of being that she's a plague victim? Or does it seem like it's an entirely different sort of situation?
For this one, I want you to give me an insight check. Your proficiency in medicine, I'll give you advantage.
30.
Well, okay then. It is common, since this disease does fuck with people's head, that while they are under the effects of the disease, that flare-ups for them can cause them to become temporarily insane. It was discovered by you that it was going to make people go mad, seek conflict, seek destruction and harm. And if you cannot harm someone else because you're locked away, there is the self-mutilating portion of it that it may cause.
Right.
Someone looks at their reflection, they don't see themselves, they see someone that they can harm.
Okay.
So, and
Um.
based off the scarring, it does look like that.
Right. Okay, so That leads me to believe that they're like already. I mean, if she's been infected by the plague, that they're all about to be infected by it.
Howden has been keeping a very safe distance from all of you.
Yep. I am going to go up and knock on his front door and then take a few steps back.
Okay.
I'll keep a lantern out just to reveal myself. So.
You're not stealthing?
No, not in this instance.
Yeah, I know. A few moments go by and you hear Howden's boots against the floorboards as he opens up a small portway in the door to look at you, closes it, latches it, unlocks the door, opens it, and steps outside as he closes it behind him. He immediately steps down the porch, away from you, but over towards where there's a rocking chair.
Okay. Good evening.
What is it that you need?
I would like to know if there is anyone here in town that would be... that you know of who is infected, that is alone, that does not have any remaining family.
He pulls out his pipe and begins to tap it on the edge of the chair to pack up a little tobacco. Excuse me if I require a bit more information than that.
Well, well, before I do, what do I know that he's been, what has he been told of what we're doing?
That you all are trying to help.
Okay.
That's pretty much the extent of what the party has revealed to him, that you all are trying to help.
Right. Well, I require a sample of the disease. And it needs to be a fresh one.
He takes a long drag of his pipe.
And as I surmise you probably already know, the infected are not always the most peaceable or peaceful people. If we should come to blows, then it would be better that there is no other people around. I know how to ward myself off from the disease. But the more people there are around, the more complications. And I will make an effort to retrieve this sample peacefully.
So, is this individual that you are gathering it from, do they need to be alive? Or recently deceased would work?
Preferably alive. Recently deceased could work, but the fresher the sample, the better.
Or not. There is an old garden house. A house that has a garden attached to it, not a garden house.
Right.
It belongs to Gail Alice.
Mm-hmm.
She has been diseased for the better part of 2 months. Her husband had it before her. He passed away not very long ago, maybe a week. So she is by herself in there. Very irate right now, but somewhat within her own facilities. Reflections cause her to go exceptionally mad.
I see. Right. Well, I will seek her out then, and thank you.
Yeah.
There is one final matter. I will not intrude upon it. I will simply say to you what I observed coming here this night. On my way here, I accidentally peered through your window. I did not mean to pry, but I could not help but notice that your daughter seems to have these scars. And I appreciate that you do not want us or me to go near your family. That is clear. I'm just telling you to be careful. If she has been infected, then it is only a matter of time before it spreads. Though I understand you have proven some resilience towards it.
Roll me a persuasion roll.
Is there anything that would give me advantage on that?
Is this the party that has the once a day rerolls to people?
No, but I am human, so I'll use.
You got that one.
Yeah.
Not advantage, but another try.
Yep. I'll use that one.
Oh, damn, the one thing you're not proficient in.
Well,
Being nice.
I actually forgot I am proficient then. So
Oh,
so
yeah,
it is
you
an
gotta
18.
You gotta toggle that shit on.
yeah, but
You can
I haven't-
choose to attempt to do better if you wish.
yeah, I'll do that. 22.
We love 22.
All hail 22.
So, as you're expressing this to him, you see his hand begin shaking, the one gripping the pipe. And the very tough exterior that he's been expressing this entire time begins to crack away. This man has been surviving all of this, taking care of the town, handling people getting smuggled in if they need to, for the better part of a year and a half. As taxing as this can possibly be conceived, it begins to crack away. She contracted the disease around 6 months ago.
6 months ago. Okay.
At first, we did not realize what was happening. She just seemed a bit more irritable, you know. Sometimes children get like that. Reach ages. And, well, we noticed one night that she volunteered to slaughter the chickens, which was the first time for her ever. But when she did it, there was not a look of... We raise our children properly. You respect what you kill.
Right.
To own a farm, you respect the animal. You do not murder it. You pray for it and thank it for feeding you, feeding others, caring for your community. She wouldn't do that, and when I approached her and tried to yell at her, she attacked me as well. That is when we could see the disease already had its hold on her. We locked her away in her room, and every day I would come by to give her what she needed and give her her food, clean clothes, whatever it is that she requires. After a couple of months, she seemed to be better. But every now and again, it gets like that again.
I see.
My wife has learned how to properly chain her in her room when the flare-ups begin. We blind her so that she cannot possibly see her own reflection. That is when she got her scars. She saw it one time.
I see. Well, it's good to know, and I will do what I can to. I won't intrude upon your family unless you allow me to, of course. But I will do what I can to cure her, or at least help alleviate her suffering if I can. And if you will allow, I might ask for a sample of her blood, too. Not right now, but it seems to me if she got this 6 months ago, she's extraordinarily resilient. And I believe your whole family has that resilience, which could prove to be a key component in constructing a cure.
I will discuss it with my wife.
Please do.
And I would appreciate if you did not bring this up with your companions. We've been cautious. And I know that if I start to feel any ways that she feels, that I will not be showing up again in town.
I see. Well, you have my word now, at least, and that should you or your family, the rest of you, get infected somehow, I will do what I can to take care of that and to keep you safe while doing so.
Thank you.
Well, all right. Well, I will go seek out this Gale then.
We will have biscuits and gravy in the morning. Bring it
Okay.
down for all of you.
Thank you.
So,
All right. And then I'll go. Is the rest of the party at the farm now, or?
no, they all stayed at the inn, Mira's Inn.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they were letting you do all of your junk and doing their stuff.
Right. Yeah, I'll go seek them out then.
Okay. Everybody, this is the night before the spiders. So.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't need to do anything more right now if it sort of messes with the timeline. If we do.
A little bit, yeah.
All right.
This is everything we let you do in the shadows without them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So. Okay. Well, if it would make it easier then, and I can just simply try and sneak into Miss Gale's house, or I'll try and talk with her first.
You try to talk first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go over and knock on her house.
All right. Are you taking any
door.
precautions before you go there?
Well, I am, of course, yeah, I'm changing my disguise, so that I look like just a regular villager.
Okay.
And actually, before I start knocking on her door or anything, I will take a circuit around her house and just see if I notice if I can peer through a window or something.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check if you're trying to sneak around and peer through the windows.
Yep. 23 then.
You begin peering around, and in the back, one of the shuttered windows that are like locked from the outside, shuttered, does have a port where Halden would go in and insert the food for her to eat. You get over towards that and peer inside, For this, you actually have to roll me a perception check, though.
23.
You notice inside that the walls have extensive finger scarring, just streaking across them, clawing at them. And you also notice Gale is lying asleep on the floor, her head resting on a rug that looks very old and uncared for, but nice.
All right. You know, yeah, I'm just gonna try and I'll put on my protective gear to ward off the disease, and I'm gonna try and sneak in and draw some of her blood while she's sleeping.
Okay. I need you to roll me a Thieves' Tools check to open the door. They are locking everything from the outside, because though they go crazy, they can still open a fucking door.
Right.
Not that type of zombie.
Yep. Okay, so what ability should I use for
Dexterity. Yeah.
All right.
You just have to do it quietly.
All right. 18.
Yeah, 18. Sorry, I'm double checking now. Is there a toggle feature for your reliable talent?
I tried looking into that a while ago, but I couldn't find it. But
during
'cause
break
it
or
wasn't-
something, I think they implemented it. Somebody said there's a toggle in a different.
Okay.
game.
You have to click query on all roles so that it can always ask you if you want to turn it on and off.
That seems exhausting. Okay.
yeah.
Alrighty, but anyways, you go over towards the chains and unlock them very slowly as you begin taking the necessary time to pull the chain out from over the door and quietly place it down. You are producing noise, but at least you're being as careful and quiet and slow as you need.
Right.
After you do that, you open up the door and slowly push it. It creaks a tiny bit, and she does move slightly in her rest.
Mm-hmm. Just checking my spells here.
Oh yeah, spells would go hard.
Yeah. I will just, as a precaution, I will cast Snare and place that around the entryway. It's only somatic in material, so it doesn't need a verbal component.
Okay. So you put down the spell right there.
Yep. And then I will sneak over and try to I'll take out a vial with a hypodermic and try and draw her like a small pinprick and try and draw some blood while she's sleeping.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
All right.
Is this considered a sneak attack?
No.
I do have advantage of sneak attack.
You can kill her if you want, you know? Like,
Yeah, I know. All right, so it's 19.
All right. You end up drawing only about half of the needle's worth, half of the vial, before she begins stirring, and you can see the irritation on her and the little bits of her nails that are like bleeding through from them being sharpened against the walls and stuff, and you get a little too cautious. Though you are wearing your protective outfit, if she cut into it, there's nothing stopping you from potentially being affected by this disease.
All right. Well, in that case, I've got a small sample already, so I'll withdraw at that point. Step over the snare and close the door.
Tomorrow it's going to be very interesting when he goes there and she's just hanging upside down.
Yep. And I'll rehook up the chain and all the locks and all that.
Yep. Alrighty. Yeah, no, you get that done, no problem. And at this point, it is a little later into the evening. Not late enough that you have to stop, but it is later.
Yep. No, and that's operation mission accomplished, kind of. So yeah, I'll go back and get my rest.
Alrighty. So you take your long rest, and when you awaken in the morning, the party stops by to tell you it's heavy rain, purple clouds, all of that jazz. They stop by to let you know they're gonna go unclog a well on one of the farms down south to make sure the town doesn't flood. Too bad.
Okay.
So you have today as well to conduct your experimentations.
All right. Well, I'll use my full day to see what I can do with this blood and the sample and all that.
The first thing that I require of you is an alchemist supply check.
All right.
Minimum,
Intelligence? Or...
Yes, intelligence. There's some information I can give you immediately. This is you... This is for you to more properly and aptly identify her blood. Mira's.
Okay.
See if there's any tendencies that you aren't familiar with.
Yep. Anything that will give me advantage on it?
We're holding off on the advantage part because you're going to be making a medicine check for a different component and then an insight check for a third component.
All right. Oh, wait, hang on. I have the... that's a tool check, so I'll use Magecraft to get advantage.
Mm-hmm. And that's why we're splitting everything up.
Yep. 26.
Okay. Are you ready to take notes?
One moment.
I thought I heard a pot getting hit over there. Have to describe this for generations to see and read.
All right. All good?
Yep.
Okay. So, tell me to stop if you need me to pause at any point in time during this.
All right.
As you heat a thin smear of Mira's blood beneath the lenses, the first thing that stands out is how stable it is. Most human blood exposed to air coagulates very quickly. Hyperadaptive is the quality that humans have. That is their key component compared to most other races. They are exceptionally hyperadaptive. This sample doesn't do that, however. It thickens slowly but remains vibrant. Its color bright and almost luminescent under the flame that you are using to peer at it more closely. No.
Just to be clear, was this, you said Mira's blood, or is this the disease
Mira.
blood?
This is Mira's.
Okay. Yep.
We'll get to the disease part after Mira's.
Okay.
No immediate signs of infection. No foreign bacterial structures. Whatever the plague is doing to others, it has not done to her thus far. The next thing. You introduce a trace contaminant. Nothing dangerous yet. Just something that would normally cause a momentary reaction under scope. Mira's blood neutralizes it instantly, much the same way that yours does as well. Not seconds later, instantly. It is not just mere resistance. It's a preemptive immunity. As if the blood recognizes infection before it occurs. Now, when you score the sample and test it, you test its reaction on pig skin to see if the blood could be something that could be useful in the healing process. When you put that sample against the pig skin with an open wound against it, you notice that the skin does not heal itself. The blood does not have a natural mending property. However, when you introduce healing magic to the pigskin, it seems to react to the blood and fuses the skin back together exceptionally quickly. Now, there's only one type of creature that has innate healing properties for other people. This is where you have to roll me your nature check.
22.
Aasimars. People believed to have divine ancestry. Now, hers is not very potent. In fact, it's doled down a lot. But the fact that her blood reacts like that does ping that she has a biological connection to the divine.
Mm-hmm.
Though she is obviously quite removed from that. She is not an Aasimar. She's a human.
Right.
Now, that's everything you learn just experimenting on her blood independently.
Right.
The next part is going to be an Arcana check.
Mm-hmm. That's not something I'm proficient in, so I will... Yeah, no, I'll just roll it. No, 23.
That's 2 of these. Okay. Because you have so much of her blood, you feel confident in experimenting with a larger component of it. There's something strange about the blood and how it reacts to magical fields. You are knowledgeable on magics enough to experiment to see how things react to it. When you utilize her blood, it has an affinity for abjuration. Yeah, that's how you spell it.
Yep, that's her blood specifically.
Her blood has an affinity for abjuration. When you introduce it to an abjurative spell, the spell seems altered and affected by it.
Right.
You can't
As
determine.
As if strengthened or like.
You cannot determine if it strengthens or just alters it, but it affects it. Now, as you experiment with her blood and the sample you got, this is going to be a 3-part check. The first one is sleight of hand, handling the diseased blood to make sure you do not accidentally make it airborne. Keep in mind you're using a torch light or a filtered light, a candle heat, to peer at it more clearly.
Checking if I have anything that would help. All right. Is there anything that will give me advantage on that? Or?
No, just the sleight of hand.
All right. 26.
That is one success. The next part you have to do with this is roll me an alchemist supply check. Oh, sorry, this one's medicine.
All right.
Alchemist supply gives you advantage, blah, 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 blah.
All right. 27.
That is 2 successes. Let's see if you get all 3. The last component of this, however, is an insight check.
All right.
Dun dun dun.
What is the blood's motives?
Mm-hmm.
You got that blood.
All right. I am going to use my human inspiration on that then.
Gasp, human.
Or do I have to do that afterwards? Or
Determination
check
gives
that
you a reroll.
all right. Yep.
So let's see if you fail or not first and then decide.
Yep. Yep. 30.
Dirty 30 or natural 30?
Yeah, natural.
That's a
20.
natural 30. Nice. Huge. All right.
Brain blast.
The sleight of hand was obvious. You're trying to get it settled and see how the two of them would react while being careful and observing it. You have to manually do this because you don't have great technology. You're observing manually. So it's a very careful thing you are trying to do. Obviously, you're probably in your full getup right now. Full plague doctor.
Yep.
The medicine aspect of it. Her blood, when you introduced it to the bacteria of the pig, it reacted preemptively and snuffed it out. This blood, however, when you introduced it to the diseased blood, it reacted to the blood, not the disease. And it completely overtook and destroyed it. The disease was destroyed alongside of it when the blood was introduced. However, after that took place, you did notice the sampling of her blood that you had tested against it became exceptionally thin. Could not coagulate over a long period of time. Unhealing. It staved off the disease, but it did lose some of its strength.
All right.
Now, with the insight on that, Mira clearly has some type of lineage to celestial blood. Obviously. However, she is removed from that lineage by a large margin, and her blood can stave off foreign entities, which it did with the other blood, but it cannot identify the disease specifically, meaning she could be a carrier of the disease, but she would not be affected by it. And if she was to come into harm while she is carrying the disease, it would be very hard for her to heal.
Okay.
However, her celestial blood, if you had somebody closer to the divine, that blood could be utilized in a remedy to stave off the effects. Not cure the disease, but keep it nullified. God, the only way I can describe this is kind of like, you know how HIV, they don't really have a cure for it, but they can make it so you have no symptoms or effects? It's like that.
Yep.
Not a cure, but something that makes people asymptomatic.
Right. Okay. Nice.
Now, do you have any questions about all of that?
I think I got everything.
Okay. Then around this time, you've noticed that the sun has settled, or is setting in the sky, and the raining seems to have stopped, and your allies come marching on back up.
All right, I'll go out and meet them. Probably out for like taking a breath.
Yeah.
After a full day of studying.
You're in your homeland, so you're smoking like a chimney. Like just
Right, yeah.
Everybody
Eating
smokes.
baguettes and croissants.
Yeah. Where is my cigar?
Ah,
Oh, there you are.
Party looks a little beat.
Did everything go smoothly? Doesn't quite look like it.
your homeland sucks.
Well, right now, yes, I agree.
You have giant, invisible spiders. How could you forget to tell us about the giant, invisible spiders?
Well, don't you have those where you're from?
No!
Well, I wouldn't say it's awfully common, but yeah, with the plague and everything going on here, it's quite fair to surmise that monster hunting has taken a bit of a lull.
Monster hunting, that's an abomination. It put Sophis through a wall. It almost downed Sylph.
Well, they seem fine.
What were you
There's
saying?
no
Sylph?
proof.
The only one it left alone was Flittish.
Yeah, funny that.
Well, good work. Did you were you able to unclog the well or whatever it was you were doing?
Yeah, and Damson pulls out like a small notes that she took from that room with the couple. Here's some notes on what happened to the few people that lived in that area. We carefully buried those bodies, as otherwise the direwolves were going to end up coming back and eating them.
All right. Well, that would be. I don't think the disease is interspecies. For now, at least.
It can affect animals. We've been told this multiple times.
Okay. Good to know. I wasn't sure out of game as a character. As a
Yeah,
player, I
you're
mean.
good. That then
You're good.
player slip, not character.
Yep.
It's been a few weeks.
Yep.
Yep.
Been a while.
Well, I have made some headway with some of my research. Well, let's start first with one thing. That zealot guy who got killed. Well, I was able to rummage through his journal a little bit, and did it actually say the name of that guy?
Of the person who was writing in the journal?
Yeah.
Yes, it would have. Sorry.
All right.
And I don't know how to do fancy accents on the keyboard. It's Prophet Fancy.
Okay.
Fluffy fuzzy.
So yeah, that guy he called himself at least a prophet. Prophet Fancy.
Oh, I wrote Prophet wrong, yeah.
Yeah. But he did also reveal that there is a another person called Dakovar, which seems to be the leader of this cult. They're doing what they can to spread the disease, seeing it as some sort of divine cleansing, apparently. Not good.
No, it is not.
No, so I suppose we should look into that. But on the good side of things, I have been able to ascertain that, her blood is exceptionally resilient towards the disease, and I believe she's most likely of noble heritage. You said she didn't know who her parents were, right?
Correct.
Well, without speculating any further into that, at least, just her blood has an exceptional resilience towards the disease, and I believe it's the same mechanism which keeps nobles in general safe from it. And with her assistance, if I were able to procure more of her blood, I believe I may be able to create not fully a vaccine, perhaps, but at least something that will dampen the symptoms. She is most likely a carrier of the disease, which we should let her know about. Do you know where she is right now?
Does that mean we're all infected then?
No, not necessarily. I mean, you haven't been drinking her blood or anything, have you?
No, but she's maybe making us food.
Though Flittish did cast detect disease and poison, it was all fine.
That's
Okay.
true.
Yeah, she didn't detect anything in her at all.
All right, well, let's...
1 point for you, Ada. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Because you rolled high enough on your Arcana check, that spell would identify the existence of this disease.
Right.
But you rolled high enough, you would know that it would.
Okay. Well, in that case, it should be completely safe. It's probably more of a danger for her than even if she's a carrier. It might be due to her blood. It might make it more difficult for her to infect others, maybe. But we should let her know at least. If she is wounded while being a carrier, she's most likely going to have a more difficult time healing properly.
You figure this out how?
I studied her blood, and I got a sample of the disease last night.
Ada magic.
Okay.
Ada.
It's called science.
Yes, Ada magic.
That's what I said. Ada magic.
Nobody
Yeah.
else can possibly comprehend what the fuck she's doing.
I mean, I guess you could let her know yourself. She's here.
Here where?
In town?
The
Oh,
tavern,
tavern.
that's where she works, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
So there's the handout. All of these people are written into it, if they're of importance. Mirror, Greythorn, the Tallow and Thorn Inn.
Right. Okay. Well, I could go for a walk. Been inside all day, so some fresh drink or something would be nice.
All right.
Unless you guys need to rest up or something. Guess not then.
All right, cool. Thank you for answering. So you head on over to the inn. As you step inside, you notice yet again not many people are in here at all. It seems to be just Mirror behind the counter and that same older gentleman with boots, the nice boots.
Oh, wait, we do need to rest up, right? We're still not. We didn't take no rest from the previous thing.
I mean, if you want to, you can. If you really think that you're going to be life put into danger when you go near the barmaid.
All right.
You
We
could
do a
also
short
rest,
rest
up
while
at
we're
the
eating or
tavern.
something.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Who's this guy in the boots? Would I know already, or?
now you see the back of his head, and to everyone else, they took note of his nice boots because you know how suspicious they are of literally everything.
Right.
This is your first time in here, and
Oh, okay.
Mira will look over. Well, welcome back. Oh, you all look like shit. Let me cook you all something warm. We have more rice. She starts
Thank
heading
you.
into the kitchen.
All right. Might want to just keep that spell handy, Flittish, just in case. You know, the disease detection.
Of course.
Do I actually have that stuff?
Well, I think this is a place for us to go on break, everybody. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Break time. Alrighty, everybody, we're back. So the party is sitting inside of the Tallow and Thorn Inn as Mira is cooking you all up some dinner.
And she is within view and talking range, yeah?
Oh, yeah. You guys, like, you can walk around the tavern freely, the inn freely. Like, no one's really here. You can just open up the door to the back room.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
Pack rooms. Oh no.
Hmm. And yeah, I'll walk in and just play a little bit dumb. Just, oh, sorry, I haven't made your acquaintance, and I'll go to the guy with the boots.
You go over to his table and he rotates and looks at you with a really scruffy face. Roll me a history check.
Uh-huh. 28. I'm gonna roll today.
Okay, that actually does hit it. He's older than you remember him, and a lot, less well kept than you remember him. This is Lord Renault Hathaway, a lesser noble out here in the Eastern Plains.
Hmm.
Or sorry, Western Plains. That's wrong in the Valenford thing. This is West.
I'll take a moment and just look at him and just give a nod. And just raise my hand towards him. I'm Victoria Rotherham.
Pleasure. He looks at your hand and takes out a napkin and shakes it.
Good thinking.
I'm Lord Renault Hathaway.
Oh, you're the local lord.
Yes.
Right. Well, I'm sorry for what's happening.
Thank you. Though I believe it is not your fault.
Clearly not.
Deception check.
25.
Yeah.
Right, well,
I'm not. As he exhales, his breath reeks of alcohol.
So, what is the local authorities' response, or even state these days?
We have one town guard working.
Right. Do you know anything about what's happening in the rest of the realm?
I have not retrieved my letters in quite some time. It's
Oh.
not your fault. What have you heard? Who have you been talking to?
Yeah.
I have not been up to my estate in. Mira, how long have I been here? You've been stinking up the place for the better part of 3 months.
Well, did something happen to your estate?
Yeah. All of my servants got diseased. When I saw the first one, I left, and I don't know. I haven't gone back. But I assure you that the local government has been working on a cure for all of this.
Right.
Or sorry, the government has been working on a cure for this, not locally.
He doesn't have that kind of money.
Oh no, he's a minor lord.
All right. I'll just take note of that, but well, I won't bother you then. Seems you've got enough sorrows to deal with.
I do not mind at all. Thank you, though. May I have another bottle of wine? Of course, I will get it for you after I serve the food.
Should we go into the back room for eating?
That's
Look at
fine. Sure.
the group just conspiratorially.
He'll drop his head back on the table. So you go over to the kitchen room where she is, and everyone else joining?
Sure.
I'm
Yes.
waiting for my meal.
Yeah, that's who's serving it, the person in the kitchen.
Oh,
So-
Remove the step. Eat in the kitchen.
all right. Sure, I'll go to the kitchen.
All right, so she'll look around. Well, I cannot help but to feel a little crowded right now.
Yes, sorry about that. I wanted to seek you out, and, well, I believe you know my acquaintances here a bit more recently. You gave your blood willingly, right?
Somebody took my blood? She smiles.
Good one. Okay.
Yes, somebody
okay,
cannot take your blood without you knowing. Yes, it was willing.
All right. Well, good. I just wanted to.
It is impossible to steal someone's blood without them knowing it.
Yes, of course.
You didn't do that just last night.
Mhm. Well, I did study it, and I've made a few interesting discoveries that I think you should be made aware of.
Okay.
Yes. Well, first and foremost, you are exceptionally resilient towards the disease. And there's a very specific reason for that, which is your blood. You have, well, without knowing much about your, or really anything of your family history, I understand you're an orphan, or?
Yeah, I was orphaned since I was a little girl. The village took care of me, and I grew up, and I managed to work here and marry the owner, and when he perished, I inherited it.
I see. Well, this might come as a bit of a surprise to you then, but you have noble blood.
I'm sorry?
Your blood, it is of the noble sort. The nobles of Nyrond are, well, uniquely suited to dealing with this specific plague by virtue of their blood. For the most part, I haven't been able to study all of it, of course, but there are rumors.
So, the blood, it is, it dictates that I am, that's why I have not been sick?
Yes. Your blood gives you an innate resilience to the disease. It effectively kills the disease before it is able to latch onto you. However, it can have also made you a carrier, meaning that you are someone who has the disease but is not affected by it.
I can carry the disease? That... Huh.
Yes.
Oh.
And
But if it kills the disease, how could you be a carrier?
well, it's I'm still researching this. it isn't necessarily fully able to overcome the disease, let's say 100%. But it can... Her blood is able to dampen its effect.
Can you try to put in simpler terms?
Right, let's see, how can I make that? All right, so let's say you have a creature that is immune to a certain type of poison, right?
Dwarf?
Sure, let's go with that. Dwarves aren't immune to disease. But okay, let's say that they are... Right, but let's say the dwarves are immune to the effects of mead. We know that they aren't, but they can still imbibe mead, right? And the mead is still inside their system. And if someone were to drink that dwarf's blood, say a vampire or something, that mead would still be transmitted along with the blood, even if the dwarf itself isn't affected by the mead in the blood. Sort of, you understand? Yes.
Raises her hand. Does that mean that I drank the disease?
I wouldn't know exactly how you might have. I mean, you might not be a carrier. I'm just putting this out there. But you might have the capacity to be one. And
Like a pigeon.
Right.
A carrier.
I hope not. I hope she would not be a carrier. She's been feeding us food all day.
Also, I think I understand your what you're saying there, Victoria. That a dwarf might be drinking mead all day and not be drunk, but if a vampire were to drink their blood, they'd be instantly, completely shit-faced.
Right. Yes.
Does that make sense? Yes. Because dwarves do not get drunk.
Yes.
That is like water does not get wet. It is water.
Right.
I like this one.
Let's go with that. But what I'm saying is that, well, at this point, you most likely have come into contact with the disease. But since you are resilient towards it, you have not experienced any of the symptoms of it. You are not directly affected by the disease, but you might be able to have transmitted it to others.
Oh no.
Although it would have most likely also been more difficult for you to do so than if you were simply a commoner.
I would have to let somebody drink my blood. I don't do that at all.
Or your blood get spilled into food?
No, I typically do not do that.
Well,
no, I did cut my finger like a year ago. Oh no. Starts panicking.
I don't think she's a carrier. She's been feeding that man for 3 months, right?
Well, yes. I'm saying it is more difficult for her to transmit the disease to others, but that it can happen. And, well, it would more likely require more than simple proximity to her, like sexual contacts or something.
The mood has not really been. I'm not one of those girls that likes morbid shit, so that's not. I have not partaken.
Right. No, that's reasonable.
It's been at least a week.
All right.
Also, our druid friend here casted a spell and didn't detect the disease anywhere in the tavern.
Anywhere in the food.
Well, it's in her proximity. Detect poison and disease is a proximity spell.
All right. I thought it was. Isn't it like targeting a specific like meal or something? I don't remember the description.
It's an aura.
Here, let's get the spell up. It lasts 10 minutes. For the duration, you sense the location of poisonous or venomous creatures and magical contagions within 30 feet of yourself.
Okay.
And she did that around the storage of rice, out to where your rooms are, and when the food was brought to you. 90% of the time, Mira was within that proximity.
Okay. Okay, so it's fair to assume that you are in fact uninfected. But
I am immune.
yeah. You are immune to the effects of the disease. And
like dwarves are immune to the effects of alcohol.
Okay, I think I'm following.
Right.
She does not have a high intelligence. Continue.
And what's more is that I believe I can use this property of your blood as a way to create a vaccine. Well, not so much a vaccine as a symptomatic inhibitor. It would be something that allows others to effectively be like you. They could contract the disease, but it would not affect them. The disease's symptoms would not come to fruition.
But it would kill me.
No.
Oh. Sorry, the mood just sounded like it would kill me if you did this.
No, I just no. I mean, if I were to drain all of your blood at once, yes, that would kill you. But that's not what I'm.
But it is a sacrifice for the people.
Right. Well, sure, but I mean, it is a process that would take longer. It's better to, if you were able to, like, say, donate 2 pints of blood every 5 days or so.
I think I have more than that in me. I mean, I should be able to do that every day.
Well, yes, you have more than that, but you still need a minimum of blood in your system in order to survive.
Just like dwarves need a minimum amount of alcohol in theirs.
Understood. Yes.
Let's for simplicity's sake liken it to that of a cow. You can milk a cow once per day, right? But if you kill it for butchering, then you get the meat right away, but you won't get any more milk. And over time, you would be able to have more milk if you kept it alive.
So you're going to milk my blood?
No.
I am so sorry.
Is that how that works? Wait, if you bleed someone every day, they get more blood? Is that why adventurers can take so much damage? Is because they just bleed every day for fighting monsters?
No,
So they just have more blood.
It's what you consume. Your body makes it, but if you don't consume anything, your body can't make it. Blood is very useful. Very, very useful.
Okay.
So,
Most
yes.
of the time you want your blood inside and not on the outside. Unless if you're a blood ooze, then you do want it on the outside.
So, Mira, what I'm asking for is if you will be happy to donate more of your blood. Not all at once. But maybe once or twice a week.
Well, if it means that we can help the people, then absolutely. Are there others like me, potentially?
Yes, there is at least one, maybe two others. I glance over to Lord, what was it? Lord Renault.
Oh, are we going to have to test his blood as well?
I would actually like to, yes. Although he's of a minor nobility, might not be.
So
Go ahead.
I overheard him saying that he's been here for 3 months after his servants got the plague.
Right.
Have you, looking to Mira, have you heard anything about his estate? Like, are there still people alive in there, or is it like don't open dead inside?
Well, he left it all up to the servants, and yeah. We have not gone back up, sir.
I have
Nobody
an
has.
idea.
Go on.
We could maybe make a proposition of reclaiming his manor from whatever could be inside of it now in return of staying there as a strong.
Why would we want to stay there?
For a stronghold, maybe?
Well, that could be nice, and I am also a bit interested in procuring the letters that he got. If they're just sitting in his mailbox or whatever, then it'd be interesting to see if there's any correspondence that we could learn more about the situation.
Would you like me to deal with the talking, Miss Victoria?
Yeah, well, sure, if you want. I can help, though.
So can I?
Sure, I was just going to persuade and far faster than just asking. Sure.
If his estate is still filled with everyone that's infected, there's not much we could do unless you wish to slaughter them.
Well, I'm sure we can think of something once we get there.
If they are too far gone, then there is not much we can do because the illness has them. But if they are still in range of curable measurements, then we gather them up and, turn dead inside.
Right. Well, if it sort of boils down to one of two things. Either they are infected and affected to the point where they need to be put down for the safety of everyone, or they are infected to a point where they can be dealt with in non-lethal ways, which gives us more options.
In addition, if you're able to get your vaccine from Mira's blood, that would be good for us to make sure that it works here while we have, access to everyone here.
Exactly.
Before going off and to try and help others.
Right.
So it would be a good test of whatever you develop.
It would. And but first and foremost, I would like to well, I wouldn't call it immunize, but at least treat us, everyone in the group.
Yes.
How much time do you need for that?
Well, I suppose I might be able to do it in a week. Maybe a bit more. I don't know. DM?
Okay. I mean, I don't see a rush.
You can roll me a medicine check to see how long you think that would take while ethically sourcing the blood, let's call it. Because you could expedite the process.
Yeah.
One noble for 6 adventurers? Like...
Yeah. So, bearing in mind at least mine and Mira's blood, then. So it's a 20 on the medicine.
Yeah.
check.
You would need probably 4 days if you were trying to lie to her or anybody else potentially, and them not realizing you are immune as well. You would need 6 days.
Okay.
But that's, if you think she could possibly deduce. Or anybody else.
Right.
But yeah, 4 days you could have everybody treated with this, and the treatment would work. Like, so long as you do it properly, right?
Probably got to run some test samples on everyone's blood first, because you have Fey, Elven, Human, Draconic. You got a good
Also-
control group of blood samples.
Also, that noble may willingly give up his blood anyway to be able to regain his estate.
Sure.
Yeah, if you had him being a man and larger in stature, you'd be able to get it done in 2 days.
All right. So let's see what we can persuade him to agree with then.
So, Sylph, you said you wanted to head this one?
Yes.
All right. Who are you bringing as backup in the charismatic arts?
I will bring Damson. She's my ring dragon when it comes to charismatic.
Heck yeah.
So, the two of you walk over to the table. Did you bring the bottle of wine?
We did. I looked to Damson to pull out some of our exotic ones from our own stash.
Yes.
All right. You put it on the table and he'll look. That is not my wine. It is suitable. And he cracks it and he looks at his decanter and then just starts pouring it into his cup.
We already checked to see if it was clean and did pro sessions. We needed some of the good stuff coming in because we were unsure of your good stuff were still, intact.
Understood. Holy shit, you are Hangon and the Dragonborn.
Yeah, it's very exotic. We travel across the land. So at the moment, we're with the group pointing at the back, trying to solve the bigger problems. And right now, you have a problem that we believe we can fix.
Are you the Lapin de la Peau?
No, but I am closer in that measure, able to wiggle their fingers a little bit to see some mage pause to come and help with pouring a drink. We have other methods to run the world away and help cause the problems just drift away.
Neither of the two of you speak Narandese, do you?
Nope.
Do I have... I don't have tongues, so...
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Roll me a persuasion.
Okay. A 28.
Well,
I'm a hairy face.
okay, so long as you are not the Lapin de la Mort. Okay, sit down. What are we? Thank you for the wine. And he does seem like worried about you, but you seem cordial enough. Ada, you can overhear the conversation. Lapin de la Mort is the rabbit of death. Old wives' tale of when you see the white rabbit in the morning dew and the black rabbit at night's dusk, it means that your death is coming.
All right.
Well, look, Silva's definitely a white rabbit, but I don't think I count because I'm a dragonborn.
Hey, he's just drunk.
Silva's also an undead rabbit, so he's,
Oh no!
hitting the nail on the head.
Laten die ontmoet.
I know a bit of French, and I did know that and the Mighty Python.
Yeah. Yes. Nerondese is straight up French, everybody. And I don't speak it. Can you change your fur color white in the morning, black at night? Technically. So you sit down. Sorry, I am not in my proper facilities right now. What can I do for you?
So, being here and able to hear much, pointing to the ears, you have an estate, and I thought maybe we can help you reclaim it, be it of your servants, peasants, or whoever you call them at this moment. If they are still sane and alive, we will be able to gather them up and put them into a quarantine place to relive at your estate again. But if they are no longer of sane of the mind within reason, then the only rightful thing of human, or what's the word, Damson? Humanity? No.
Mercy.
Human?
Mercy. Yes. Is to put them off, as most of the time they would be husks, not thinking as they were once was. Which I think you may have some servants or that you bequeathed, and I bet you don't want to always just stay here.
As much as the food and drink is lovely. And the company of Mira has been wonderful. As she is quite the hostess.
She is. I am worried, though, that you may not fully comprehend what you are asking. These individuals, the disease, it would catch itself to you and turn you like them. I cannot give you my blessing to go up there if you are going to simply go there to die.
What if we do not die? What if, let's say, because you can see, we're not part of the ecosystem of the logic, so you shouldn't apply logic to pointing to me and Damson. It's why I made this offer. What is that lovely phrase? Silver light within the tunnel of dark. Where you are at right now, we, at this moment, are your light.
Not to mention, we have done a few things around to try and help the town, including unclogging the basement of the farm so that the bottoms of the town didn't flood.
I will stand up and go over. And if I may, my lord, it's there is another matter which pertains to this. If I might be allowed to draw a small sample of your blood, I believe your blood has the same properties as that of, well, Mira's blood, that it is able to stave off the disease. If that is true, then using yours and her blood as a basis, I can create a, well, let's call it a vaccine that will allow us to work in your estates without risking the effects of the disease.
Firstly, Sylph and Damson, I need a deception check from one of the two of you being assisted by the other. Because Sylph, the way you formatted it was, we are exempt from things like this. Or you alluded to that instead of, we have a solution to it.
That's fair.
So one of the two of you.
Do you want to make it Sylph or shall I? Your call.
I do not mind. How about you make a roll since I made the last roll?
Okie doke. Deception. Natural 20.
Very deceptive group we got here.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Call
just
me
my
a liar.
word in.
I ain't calling you a truther. He'll listen to the words you express with Damson, and then for Ada, persuasion.
Alright. 18.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a rogue. Fuck.
He'll lean over towards you. You are talking about necromancy, yes?
No. It's
not.
it is not necromancy, and we can assure you that it's already been certified as not necromancy by the
Right.
holy city of Yun.
I am not a I am not a religious man. I understand necromancy is the basis of spells that save lives, as well as take them.
Ah, my good sir. This is the best part. No magic. Victoria here has alluded to methods of non-magical means using her great human intellect. It's why I'm sticking close to her, as you have surmised.
He'll look at you, Victoria. Did you train at the Royal Academy of Science in House Deveau?
No. Well, as you know, the academy itself was dismantled quite a while ago.
Oui.
But quite a bit of the knowledge that had been attained by the academy when it was still up.
You
I have
studied
had-
with the Deveau?
I suppose you can say that.
I have had relations with the patriarch of the Deveau family.
Oh,
Um,
recently?
around the time of his starting, yes. All of those letters may still be in my office.
Right.
I will, You believe in this process?
I do.
As do I, as I have seen her with a similar method involving what she is asking for. Cure someone afflicted by an aboleth and one afflicted by blue rot.
Well, that is quite a feat of accomplishment. I'd be willing to at least try, but I do not wish for this to be publicly realized at all. If you can understand,
Yes, that is fair.
there are individuals that may seek the downfall of these attempts if it became public to them.
Right.
Fanatics, weirdos, creeps that believe that. Wait, am I immune?
You might be.
If I am immune, that would mean amazing.
I need a sample of your blood to verify this, of course, first. And just so you are aware, after having drained some of your blood, you might want to, or you might want to indulge even more, I suppose, but with less blood in your system, alcohol would be potentially more devastating, impactful.
Oh, do not worry about my drinking habits. I can stop anytime I want. And he pushes the bottle away from himself.
Okay, well.
Insight.
Go for it.
He's French. 15.
He may be able to stop drinking if he chooses. Maybe.
The unique racial trait of the Nyrondese. I can stop drinking when I want to.
They usually don't want to, but, you know. They don't drink to get drunk most of the time. They drink because the wine's good. It's
more like a hobby, just drinking.
And it's cleaner than the water.
All right. Well, if you wouldn't mind, I do have the equipment right now to draw a sample of your blood, so I can verify it. And if your blood has the same properties, then I should be able to make this, this suppressant is a more apt word for it, within a few days.
Is Mira also she is also like me immune?
You did let that slip.
I did. And yes, she is.
Very well. Then yes, please. Do I? He starts taking off his coat, and you can see like the sweat stains and the very nice clothes that he's wearing. He hasn't changed out of them in a while.
May I, with your permission, freshen you up a bit since I can see that now?
Oh, yes, of course. Please.
Snap my fingers, prestidigitation.
Perfect, thank you. It's just a poof of BO. Then it's gone.
I thought it added character.
Yeah.
Just his like kind about.
Yeah.
Hey, this is why there's so much perfume in here.
Prestidigitation. It cleans it, but you have a bad experience immediately. But yeah, you get him cleaned up, and Ada, you can easily take a sample from him, enough to test.
Alright.
You can roll me an alchemist supply to see if insight check to see if it reacts the same way as yours and Mira's does.
Okay. 20 then.
Okay. It seems to react similarly to yours, around the same quality, perhaps a little better, but only perhaps.
Okay.
His blood is better than your blood.
Mine's better than yours, so okay. I assume it'll take a few hours to like verify that.
Yeah. In which case, at which point all of you are fed rice with eggs and fresh pork.
Ooh.
Nice.
Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
I'll come back over after I've been able to test the blood. Okay, well, good news then, my lord. You are in fact immune. Though I will say to you the same as I told Mira, that it doesn't necessarily mean that you cannot contract the disease, only that your blood is able to suppress the symptoms of it. Meaning you can potentially be a carrier of it.
I am asymptomatic or something like that.
Yes, that's quite right.
Yes. I was raised in a schoolhouse after all.
Oh, got it down to do the dwarf analogy again.
No, I understand basic medicines.
Yes.
I did have a
He is
proper
educated.
education.
I just read a lot of books.
Nobles and orphans. There's the difference, guys.
Does
Well,
this
what if
one
he's-
dress as a bat at night?
I mean, Mira might now.
Hmm.
I am the knight. I am the immunity.
So yeah, you take
got
the.
her.
Go on.
Got an alter ego. Miramax. No.
You take the proper amount of time that you need to test it and be sure, but yes, with his blood, you should be able to synthesize a immunity that would last presumably a month or longer for an individual. Of course, as one for warning everybody, as a mechanic of this disease, if somebody has to be imbued with resurrecting magics, revivify or higher, they will lose their immunity until they get another treatment of it.
Okay. So
I mean, if
basic-
we die,
If you die and get brought back, you will lose your immunity.
but not if we get unconscious, right?
Correct.
Or,
I'm not that much of a dick.
So spare the dying, you're still immune.
Yes, yeah, it's the revivify and higher.
Now the question is, how much blood does she need for enough to immunize us all for a month?
For the 6 of you, it would take her a week to gather that much. Or, sorry, 4 days to gather that much from him, herself, and Mira.
well, I mean, immunization time frame doesn't usually work that way. I mean,
Yep.
sometimes it can last years. I don't think it'd be like a month. If it was a month, it wouldn't be a vaccine.
Ignore real world mechanics. We're trying to make this more interesting.
Oh, right, my bad.
I'm telling you, it'll take a month. It'll last a month. It's
Yeah. And this isn't. It's not fully a vaccine. It's more like a symptom suppressor.
It's like a booster shot. Yeah, it's not like we don't have the full like. It's like when you get a flu shot, they're guesstimating what strain, but you're
Yeah, it's medicine.
Yeah.
It's fantasy.
Yep.
It's... So yes.
It's a kind of magic.
Yeah.
Fantasy in my D&D, never.
Never. Yes, you juggle people with your staff. Like, it's fantasy. But yes, you go ahead and start gathering that up over the next couple of days. You can take a larger dose from him because he's just taller. He's 5'10", fairly stocky build, well fed throughout his life, so he has blood to spare. And because of that, you end up getting over 4 days enough blood to try to make 6 doses. Or sorry, 5 doses. You don't need one for yourself.
Okay.
During that time, or sorry, 6 as well if you do want to involve Sylph Summon, which people are suspicious might be able to get the disease and permanently have it since it is a permanent creature.
Imagine what happens if it gets spread to the Feywild.
Good riddance.
That's why. That's why.
It might actually be better if it did happen.
They'll look straight to you. Take that back.
Well, a death character. It might get
you
again. I
take
get
that
the
back,
fake
or
core. The fake core will
I-
get off their asses to do something, you know.
That's not our privy. We don't do that. That could get us in trouble. We do not want that.
Also, you think it's bad now? Imagine the entire Feywild's coming after you.
Yeah, they get off their asses. Who did this? You are not high enough level to deal with the River King.
You're like, who's the River King? It's
Capriccio.
not whom. It's what is the River King connected to, and you see all of this.
The River King currently is Capricious the Mischievous.
Hey, is that the Tooth Fairy? Oh god.
But yeah, I will at least make sure that there is one dose for each party member, and I think we want to spend a couple more days extra just to make a dose, also for Sylph's pet and what were their names again? The Hawthorn? No, not the
But you said you also
Tallow.
want to test it on the infected, right? So you need a couple of spare doses.
I don't want to test the suppressant on the infected.
Oh, I thought that's what we were going there to do.
No.
No, we're using this to immunize ourselves temporarily, so it's safer for us to go there.
To
Yes.
see
Right.
how things are going and get all
But
of
if-
that information.
But like I said, I do want to make a sample for so that each party member of I keep forgetting his name. What was it?
Talright?
Yeah, Talright. His family.
Yeah, the Talrights. He's Halden.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so that would take a little bit longer because there's 4 members of his family.
Okay.
It'll be another couple of days. But you were saying something, Sophus?
Well, I mean, because if I thought it was mentioned by Damson that it would be an opportunity to test what Ada is making on these people if we don't, so that we don't have to hurt them.
I was saying it more of we're able to test Ada's vaccine on ourselves, so if something isn't correct with it, we have 3 people here that are immune that she can attempt to try and find another solution for, should this immunization not work when we attempt to go clear out the manor. So that, because last thing we would say, like, oh yeah, we got a 1-month vaccine and we're just going to travel the countryside, and it turns out it fails 2 days in.
Well, I'm not saying we know it's going to work. I'm saying we would want to try it, right?
Yeah.
So
And-
this would be a perfect place to try it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying as well.
Yeah, it can be.
So it makes sense to bring in extra just to try it.
Yeah. But that would require more than it would require like setting up a base of operations, sort of, at least where I can observe the inflicted.
Well, we're going to be quarantining them anyway, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
So, I do need an alchemist check from you. Proficiency in medicine gives you advantage. You are utilizing intelligence to create this immunization, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Suppressor, we'll call it.
Sure.
Symptom
27.
suppressor.
Okay.
Yep.
You think you deduce how to do this and help everybody with it. Who are you testing it on first?
Well, of the party members, you mean?
Yes. Or if you're not doing the party member, like you're doing it for the Talright family first. But if you're doing that, then we're going to do the roleplay portion.
Yeah.
You could just take a
I'll,
sample of our bloods and then test
I'll
the
do
vaccine on it.
Test it on Flittish and Mr. Amazing first, since they are human. And
I'm game.
okay.
Okay. So let's go with Flittish first since she's here. Flittish, give me a con save as Ada injects you with this.
On save.
Okay. I need you to roll me a d4 minus 2. Okay, good. You only suffer 1 level of exhaustion from having this foreign agent inside of your body. Your body naturally wants to repel it, but it is much stronger than your fortitude is. So you end up getting 1 level of exhaustion. It'll subside
Gotcha.
after you get a long rest in.
Okay.
Just, you feel... I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as when you were bloodlet, right? So that
Yeah.
was...
It's relatively mild considering.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go curl up somewhere and sleep it off.
And we'll say the same thing happens to Mr. Amazing instead of rolling for somebody who's not here and potentially killing his character. Anyways.
Right.
By the way, while you were gone.
Yeah. So here's a new character sheet. But yeah, then you can take a sample of her blood and test it against the blood you still have of Gale.
Right.
And this one is going to be an insight check to see if it works well enough.
Okay. 21.
Flittish's blood is not preemptively attacking it like yours or like his is. However, when it mixes in, the blood is attacking back and staving off the negative effects. This will not make somebody immune to it. It will only make it so they will not have the symptoms of it if they don't already have it. But if somebody already has it in them, this is not a cure. This is just something to stave off the effects.
Right.
So does that mean that if we do catch it, we will need to be reinjected monthly?
Yes.
Otherwise, these symptoms will start to show.
Yes. Until Ada gets the cure, which she knows where to get the information for the cure itself.
Okay.
Remember, that's
So-
the end game of this arc, is getting the cure.
Yeah. I just wanted to double check and just to clarify on there.
Yep. And then charging people 500 gold a dose. Merca. Anyways,
I will call on that life debt. It's going to be 5 gold a dose. For everyone.
yeah, that's still a fucking lot, dude. 5 gold? Commoners are dead. They'll never have that.
Okay. 5 silver.
I'm gonna introduce a system where we have like the cure itself is available for like 5 coppers, but there'll be a middleman who wants like a 5,000 gold
Oh,
fee.
no. There you go.
For your license of distributing the cure, and
We
5 copper for commoners, 5 silver for merchants, 50 gold for nobles.
yeah.
No. We laugh because if we didn't, we would cry.
Yeah.
Anyways. It does seem to work. But that also means for Halden's youngest, you can't really give her this. She already has it.
All right.
So.
But it'll at least buy the rest of the family a month or so if they contract it.
Yeah. So now everybody else getting your good old shots, everybody. None of these characters are anti-vaxxers, right?
I don't think so. No.
Purist.
Say again?
I'm a purist, but not an anti-vaxxer.
Okay. So
No,
everyone getting their shots then.
Con
Yes.
saves?
Con save, yep. If you were getting it, con save it.
and I'll be like, was this the duck here thing or the no?
Oh my god, do not inject the duck here. Oh my god.
Wow.
Sophis, no levels of exhaustion. You take it so
Nice.
well. Something
Ray
about
just
being bathed in the astral sea for so long. You're good.
That was nice.
Damson, D4 minus 2. Nope. /R space. 0 levels of exhaustion.
Hey.
Sylph, unfortunately, you failed by a large margin. A D6 -2.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is when you roll 1 and you become hyperactive.
I
Just gotta
feel
sleep it off.
I feel way better.
Yeah, you're good. Everyone else is great. This is awesome. Like, holy shit, is that what noble blood feels like? No wonder vampires love it. Just
Got any licking their lips? Got any more?
Huh.
I was like, I think this might be a drug to me, actually.
Wait a
is this
minute.
the addictive kind? Like,
Wait, is this how Sylph gets into like blood doping?
this is yeah. You accidentally mixed it with cocaine.
Cocaine and adrenaline.
You're under the effect of the haste spell for the next 24 hours?
Oh god, that crash. You're dead. Just-
No, it's just the next day for the next 12 hours. You're just like,
When it ends, you gain 1 level of exhaustion for each hour it was active.
That's death.
Yeah. 24 levels of exhaustion.
-2.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so now we have to go through the process of you introducing this to Talright or Halden. How do
Yeah.
we want to go about this?
I will, after a couple days, go and knock on his door again.
All right. He will approach you the exact same manner that he did previously and walk down and further away. Is this during daytime or nighttime?
It'll be in the daytime.
Okay. So you do see his... You don't have to knock on the door. He's already tending to the smaller portion of his crops. Since he cannot have field hands right now, he's lowered down the amount of crops that he's working with. But he's out there working. His wife is. His eldest daughter is. Notably, Liza is not.
Right.
But as he sees you approaching up the path, he stands up straight, leaning back, you can tell, cracking, and getting closer towards you, carrying with him his hoe.
Right. His wife? No.
He's an actual farmer. He's got 2. Just
All right. So I'll wave and I'll stop a fair distance away since he doesn't want us to get close to his family that much. And
Hell
just
yeah.
wave him for him to come over.
he approaches over towards you. Is everyone else with you? Everyone else you here too?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm gonna volunteer to help with the crops.
If I remember right, me and Fliddish have to spend at least 8 hours because we plan to use overgrowth with the blessing from it.
Yeah,
It takes 8 hours, but we both can do it to help, push away any diseases and help give the land back that juices of life.
That would help tremendously. Yeah. Yes,
Nice.
if you just do not go near my family, I'll tell them to stay out of your way. And can you be sure to hit the tomatoes? I haven't had a good tomato in a year.
Of course.
Will do.
Thank you.
Now I've got something for you. Well, I've been working on making a vaccine. And we're getting there, but for now I haven't quite been able to make a vaccine, but I have been able to make a symptom suppressor. And this will, when injected, it will make sure that if you are to contract the disease, it will not affect you, at least for a month or so. maybe a little bit longer. Seeing as your family has shown to be quite resilient yourself, it might, yeah, it might last longer. I haven't been able to particularly study your blood yet, but I just thought I'd give you this.
Will it help Liza?
Unfortunately, no. Not at this point. But it will help the rest of you from being affected by the disease.
Are you positive this will work?
Yes. In fact, we have already used it on my friends here.
He looks over at Flittish and Sylph dancing in the fields.
I forgot I wanted to ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think Ada, or Victoria, do you think that if I were to use suggestion on someone who's afflicted by this, that would allow their mind to be regained for a semblance of time, similar to what I did for Sylph in breaking the control?
Arcana.
Can I assist with that? Is that coming up with the idea?
Yeah.
I mean, you're asking someone who has less insight into the arcane than you do. So,
Or can I roll with advantage if she's giving me her notes on this?
If you have medicine, yes.
I don't have medicine. I have Arcana.
Yep, that's the. Yes.
but so you want me to roll or?
Yeah, Ada rolls with advantage because she's
Okay.
helping you to figure it out.
Okay.
Because she knows the basis of the spell, but you know the basis of the interactions.
All right, 20.
It would depend on how maddened they are. If they are completely savage, like there is nothing behind them but a completely rabid type of animalistic instinct to destroy, it wouldn't stop it. But if there's any semblance of humanity still within them, it quite possibly could, if they fail the saving throw, of course.
And for the duration of the suggestion spell.
Is suggesting 8 hours?
8 hours, right?
Yes, for the duration of the spell.
With this new addition, they don't know who casts it. It's the other spell that they know who casts it.
Yeah. So if you want to add that in there to what you can tell them, up to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just thinking we'd be doing ourselves a disservice if we tell him about that. He'd probably be asking us all the time to bring on my daughter back, kind of.
But you'd also give them 8 hours to spend as a family, with them being all immune.
But you guys are leaving soon. I mean,
Right.
unless you decide to retire here, that's fine. Like, this town's safe. Fuck everyone else. You know.
Actually, would that help their minds fight back against, make them more resilient against the feralness of it? No, just
That's just your
bring them back
magic.
from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
My logic, it would be counterproductive because it's like, if they have a mind, you've just wrapped it in a magical bubble so they can't fight. They're forced to rely.
Well, like I said, that's up to you to say or not, since we know that is an option, and you're the one offering the treatment here.
Yeah.
But we know it could be used in an emergency.
Yeah. Well, let's not give him any more hope for now. I want to keep minds tempered.
Understood.
I have one thing to ask of you, and I know
Yes?
I have no right to make this request, but when, if you discover a disease, will you come back to make sure it works? Or discover a cure? Will you come back to help her?
I will remember your daughter. I might not be able to come personally, but I will see to it that your family is taken care of.
I suppose that is the most I can ask. Thank you.
No problem.
You assume take him not in the middle of the fields to see if he gets exhausted or not. He's a hardy individual. I'll give him a +2. 10. D6 -2. 4 level. Yeah, he's out of commission for 4 days. He's
Oof.
fucking him. You said this would make me better.
Yes, unfortunately, I think you have. You've been at your limits for a while. Just get some rest for a few days. You'll be back and stronger then.
He'll nod. Then you give it to the rest of the family, and similarly, they get into the same situation, but yeah. Now, Flittish and Sylph, both of you pick 3 types of crops that you wish to imbue with druidic magics to beckon them to grow more and abundantly and healthily.
Tomato's gonna be one. What are our other choices?
Tomatoes.
Grains, tomatoes, grains, beans is a crop, right? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I know the perfect tree for Sylph.
Yes.
Potatoes, grapes, and I'm going to say the grains, like wheat or barley, because that can go well for many meals.
So one of you does the barley, one of you does the wheats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, describe to me how you perform this ritual and what does it look like, each of you.
Would
Well,
you like to go first?
since we're dancing, it's literally just an expression of joy out in the fields, twirling around, literally like tossing my hands out and like magic just flowing from my fingertips as it goes off into the plants as I just twirl like up and down the rows. Just an expression of pure joy and happiness and love of the land.
Nice. Sylph?
Going along beat for beat, connecting in a more spiritual way as they tend to do, alerting the spirits of old and the land in itself to wake up, to help these people who in return will help the land, giving their own energy of a self-sacrifice to help blossom with firelight and just the energies that come from Flittish, of her wanting to help and using that to enhance.
As everyone else watches from afar, you see the entire farmland shifts from this overgrown, completely unkept and untamed crop to this abundant, thickened, and ripened crop that is ready for the picking and looking stronger and more vibrant than ever. More comfortable, more at ease, less dreary and dreadful. And at the end of it, You're able to pick a couple of these tomatoes, and fuck, those tomatoes are good.
Take a red one and a yellow one, bite into the yellow one, and it's like, this one has a tartness to it. The red ones are very sweet, which is good. I think the people of the village are going to very appreciate more food now, and
Indeed.
hopefully we can source a spring that they can use for their own needs, of course, to help for medical.
Yes. You know what I think we should do? Since the farmer and his family are resting after getting the inoculation, he did say he wanted some tomatoes. Let's pick some and bring them up to him, I'd say.
No.
No?
No, let him do that because don't want to cross infection. Then he knows for certain that what is done is his, instead of us just taking it to him.
Very
Which
well.
is a kind gesture.
I shall take your advice on it.
So, you have assisted the family as tremendously as you can, and you can hear that Halden, right,
Yes.
is currently coughing very deeply in his room as he's taking this as best as he can, and you hear Mara tending to him, treating him. And as you were walking out, you look over at the bedroom where you know Liza's door is the one with the red X across it. And Adrian, the older sister, is sitting out front of it, currently just talking to her sister.
Like through the door?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just imagining, do you want to build a snowman?
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, more sad than that shit, but okay.
Do you want to go and work the fields?
You know, I am working so hard to make you guys feel motivated to cure this shit.
Yeah, and we're dealing with it with humor.
Yeah, I get it. Think about little Liza. Come on. Like,
Yeah.
but yes.
All right. Well, we should probably go and speak with Lord Renault then. See if we can't. Well, first and foremost, we need to know where the location of his estate is. And
Second.
how far away?
The second after we clear that out, we should inoculate the one guard they have.
Sure. Yes.
Since he's been the one going around and telling people to go in their homes if they're sick.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. So that'll be your one spare dose that you guys have currently.
Well,
Of course,
yeah.
you can just make it yourself, Ada. Just the most important people are taken care of. Yourselves.
Yeah.
I was gonna say after we clear out the manor, so that way that one step done, so that the guard is still able to do his job while we're dealing with that.
After you clear out the manor. Okay.
I was thinking that because that way it's like, hey, it worked. The Lord can vouch that it worked. We're not sick. Because you don't want your one guard,
Right.
Yeah. He is taking all of y'all at your words right now.
Right.
But you've been using good words.
Yeah. To prove we're not trying to kill the village.
All right.
We're not the fanatics.
You waited the appropriate one whole day you had to make sure Flittish was no longer sick.
Yep.
Yeah, hit your long rest button, everybody. Swap out any spells you need to swap out, weapon masteries, anything like that. No? ready to go over to Hathaway Manor?
Heck yeah.
The path. Oh, yep.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering if Lord Renault could tell us anything about it before we go there. So
absolutely, yeah.
Kind
go
of
ahead.
know a little bit. All right, yeah, I'll go and speak with him.
Yeah. You see that he is a little sweaty. He looks shaky, cold. And notably, there is no wine at his table. Hello.
Well,
Good for him.
good day to you, Lord.
Good day. Torturous, how are you?
New title unlocked. Congratulations.
Thank you. So I was wondering a little bit about your mansion, what we might expect once we go there. Do you have any sort of elaborate defensive mechanisms or something that we should be aware of? Any servants with exhaustive martial training?
Yes. So, what you should be aware of is it is not a mansion, it is a manor.
Right.
3 buildings on the estate.
Mm-hmm.
The primary one is where myself and, before my family grew up, lived as well. They all moved away, however. My wife, she fell ill after our last child was born, so there should be a total of 13 servants at that main estate.
Okay. 13.
And we did have a well-trained and organized butler.
Okay.
And you, Ilvorn, and Ada would know what that means.
Right. Yeah.
Anybody else with noble heritage would also know what it means to have a butler.
So, what, he buttles?
With the best of them.
All right. So, most likely a formidable adversary then.
I would do your best not to trifle with him if that is possible.
Right. Well, what's his name?
His name is Lotep. Lontep.
Lontep.
Are they all human?
No, he is Goliath.
Okay.
As for the rest of the staff, some of them are trained in things like archery. You would know that's typical to have your staff trained in archery so that if somebody was sieging your estate, you could fend them off from afar more easily.
Right.
Everyone can shoot a bow safely. You don't even have to be courageous. You just shoot it and then run. But the 2 side buildings, the one is where my offices were. I like to keep it separate from the house. The kids growing up, they very loud, so I decided to work out of the separate building. That one has the caretaker's grounds associated with it. He was is a veteran of the great Northern Hill Wars. Before you were born, like right before you were born, there was a war that took place over at the Northern Hills. It was between the 2 different providences, the Just Crown and I think it is the Cornfloss, the Duchy of Cornfloss.
Okay.
It was a pretty gruesome sight. Apparently, a lot of people died, and neither side came out victorious. It was fought to a standstill and retreat.
Okay.
It was over territory.
Right. So, your groundskeeper is also a warrior then, or does any more arcane sort of powers?
He was an individual who was special trained subterfuge and assassination.
Noted.
Yes. Do not tell him, in case he is cognizant that I told you that. He's very particular about people knowing it. He is a gentleman around my age.
I see. And is there a special sort of passphrase or code word that you or your servants would use to like let each other know of various situations and such?
Lontep was the only one who ever requested such a thing. He wished to know a specific word to know if I was in any danger, but being told to stay true. That word was applesauce.
Applesauce.
You know,
All
applesauce
right.
is not eaten in this territory like at all. It's a delicacy.
Right. And you said that was to stay loyal, or what did you mean?
If I was being threatened, my life, I would inform.
Yes.
I would have to secretly tell him that to let him know to get aggressive on everybody.
Ah, okay.
Or if
Right.
he thought my mind was not my own, he would ask me what I would like for dessert, and I would tell him applesauce. And he would know that my mind was my own.
Right, okay.
So if we go there and shout applesauce, he would know that at least we've talked to you, if he's in his right mind.
Presumably, yeah.
Right. At the very least, it might, if he's in a specific, aggressive state, it might nudge him slightly back towards his knowledge of you, at least. We'll keep it in mind.
Maybe. Now, as for securities that we had, I did implement a few safety precautions around my quarters. Be wary of any rugs that look like they are outside rugs. I commissioned a mage a long time ago to make a pitforge rug that would cover itself.
Okay. Good to know. So, a foreign-looking rug.
An outside one, inside.
Ah, okay.
Outside ones have the thicker bristles for you to wipe your shoes off on. Inside ones are more well-shaped and quality.
Right. Okay, good to know. Now, before we go there, if we, and I assume we are going to have to, incapacitate some of your staff members there, is there a place that would be suitable for containing them? Is there, for example, an old dungeon that was used as prison cells or something in the cellar? Or...
The wine cellar was originally, generations back, a dungeon that my great-grandfather utilized.
Right.
Those corridors are still set up like that, but we do have casks of whiskey that would be capable of barricading those doors in. I had the doors removed, however. It didn't make for good tours of other nobles. And at this point, history check.
Okay. 18.
Okay. His description of all of this sounds vaguely familiar, like when you were much younger, you were there before.
Right.
But you're not getting any specifics out of it. Perhaps while you're there, you'll pick up on something, but...
Well, that is all very helpful. So I think we've got most of what we need for our, at least, initial expectations there. But just to reiterate, Mick, did any of your servants possess any magical abilities that we should be aware of?
Well, there... I was suspicious over one of my maids that she may be capable of it.
Okay.
There was moments where I would have a headache or migraine from drinking the night before, and it would pass with hours of time would pass for me, and then it would be gone.
Curious. Okay. What was her name? So we know.
Maribel?
Okay, Maribel. So Maribel, Butler Lontap, and your groundskeeper. Those are the three most prominent figures there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we shall endeavor to keep your manor whole and intact, while also hopefully keeping your staff alive. And we'll be back when we've been able to, well, keep it safe, I guess, or make it safe.
Everyone, please be careful while you are there. May I speak to you privately real quick? Victoria?
Sure.
May I ask, may we have your house keys, please? If you have them on you, so that we don't have to go encountering any locked doors to make sure that it is entirely safe for return.
I do not know how to tell you this, but lords do not carry keys. That
Okay.
would be on Lontep.
Okay.
I apologize. I just that's not something we do.
But I did not know. Thank you for letting me know.
Reasonable.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And he'll privately walk with you up the stairs in the hallway, not like taking you far away, just far enough nobody can eavesdrop.
Right.
Unless, of course, they have a giant perception. All right, that was the opening I gave. So, there's in my office, behind the portrait of my wife and my children, there is a locked chest. He reaches underneath his collar and pulls out a key for it and hands it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Inside of that, there are letters from years back and other smaller portraits made. Could you gather them for me and bring them?
The letters and the portraits?
Oui, yeah.
Okay. Sure. I'll do my best.
If you could make sure that it is discreetly gathered from any of the village folks and my staff.
Okay. So, in your office behind the portrait.
Behind the portrait, that key will be able to open it.
Noted.
It is an incredibly complex lock. Without that key, you would not possibly get in.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Challenge accepted.
Just drop the key on the floor and walk away. Yep.
Yep. Well, I'll do my best to procure them safely. Though, of course, I can't speak for the state of the place once we get there. I mean, but I assume it should be still safe. Right. Unless any of your servants knew about it, maybe?
None of them knew how important what is in there is, but Lontep knew of its existence.
Noted.
Best of
Okay.
luck.
I'll take the key then and start thinking about how I can deceive him into thinking I haven't opened those letters when I give him over.
Yes, of course. All right. So, any preparations you all wish to take before you head up to the manor?
Yeah, we should probably get some things to tie people up with, like ropes or manacles.
And a long
Yeah.
rest for me.
We got a long rush. You can hit the button.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bindings.
Rope. Sure. Would you like to ask Mira?
Yeah, sure.
You need some rope. How many
Yeah.
feet?
Yes.
It would be to help keep
100.
people tied up. So a lot is enough, and we'll cut it to when appropriate.
Okay, we can get.
But
you
it has to
100
be
Go
it has to be thick.
on. Yes, of course. We can get you 100 feet of rope, and she just walks out and goes to one of the neighbors' sheds and takes it out.
I really like her so much.
And she will hand you 100 feet of rope and even help you cut it into 10-foot lengths.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. She has giant shears. It's easy. Just snipe. Oh, also, I baked you all some biscuits for your journey.
Oh.
Ooh.
Lemon biscuits.
Ooh.
Ah, so
Thank you.
good. Thank you very much.
Make sure you are all being safe. And if I may ask, she looks at you, Sylph. In the cellar, he has, from what I've heard, quite a collection of very valuable wines.
Oh.
Could you gather them and help me restock?
Oh, absolutely. The debt shall be repaid.
I do appreciate it very much. It just here's your side quest for the main mission, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would this be considered a wine and dash?
Gather 3 noble wine bottles.
Yeah.
Gather 50 flowers.
Incriminating evidence obtained. Will you pee?
Sylph likes the mini stuff within the big stuff. Gives
Yes.
them like it goes, yeah.
Alrighty. So, you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright. The path to Lord Hathaway's manor winds gently uphill through fields, gone wild from months of neglect. Tall grasses sway in gray-green waves, brushing against your boots, and the air grows noticeably still as you climb. Even the wind seems to hesitate here, as though unwilling to disturb whatever waits at the top of the rise. The manor comes into view slowly. First, the roof, then the high stone chimneys, then the full facade of a once proud estate, now frozen in a strange, solemn silence. The building itself is a sturdy 2-story structure of pale limestone and dark timber beams. Built in that old Narondese style. Steep red tile roofings, narrow windows with iron latticework, and delicate carvings along the eaves that speak of better times. Once elegant, still beautiful, but now untouched for far, far too long. The grounds tell the story before you reach the door. Hedges have overgrown their borders, curling wildly over the stone path. Flower beds are choked with weeds, their colors muted into browns and grays. A decorative fountain stands dry, its basin cracked, the statue at its center streaked with bird droppings and time. The windows are shuttered from within. Those few left unshuttered reveal pale, dust-covered interiors where sheets hang over furniture like abandoned ghosts. And yet, nothing is broken, nothing defaced. It is not a ruin. It is a home held in place by grief and silence. As you draw closer, you notice small details that speak loudly. A pair of servant shoes left neatly at the back steps, now half sunken into the soil. A gardening wheelbarrow overturned, tools still inside, but drifts of brown and auburn hair attached to the top of the rake. And near the side entrance, 3 faint red X's painted long ago, but not with paint. Weathered into dull, rusty shadows. The markings of plague containment. No one has touched them in months. No one has dared. The front door of the manor, tall oak slabs, reinforced with iron scrollwork, stand slightly askewed, as if something heavy enough pushed it and altered its alignment in the archway. Something powerful enough to do so. As you look around and spy the other 2 locations, the left building has a door slightly off of its hinge, blowing in the breeze. The right building itself, made with windows all across that are completely smeared and blackened with soil being thrown and thrust upon it. It is clear to all of you. The groundskeeper and those that call this place their home are definitely not in their right minds and facilities. And everyone, when we come back next week, we get to explore the manor. And let's see how many fights we get into, y'all. So, players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.